The first session will start from Baruillan University. I'm very honored to invite Professor Dekel and then Ms. Dafi to here. Baruillan University, of course, like Professor Dekel and Dafi, we're gonna introduce about Baruillan University in deeply, but basically Baruillan University is very famous for the biblical studies for Korean audience, and also very powerful nanotechnology department, and also very good program for the international students. And their location is perfect. Their campus is beautiful. Yeah, I have a lot of things to say, but I want to give this floor to Professor Dekel first. Professor Dekel, shall you start?
Yeah, so I will share the screen because I'm handling the presentation, okay? So I just do it quickly. Now?
Now we can hear you.
It arouses a burning desire to understand its laws, study complex processes, discover and develop new worlds. Research is the key to understanding the world around us, to finding new solutions in wide-ranging fields. Our researchers lead some of the most important studies in Israel and around the world, in science, medicine, humanities, and energy. Learning is how we understand things in depth, discovering new worlds. Revealing the secrets of the past and the present for the sake of the future. We unravel the secrets of the human brain, of human behavior, the wisdom of Judaism and heritage, creating exciting new worlds in our laboratories and clinics, impact centers and research institutes. And when we do all this with genuine passion, we earn recognition, respect, and international success. We are world leaders in cyber, in information science, and artificial intelligence. Over the years, we've won awards for research and important discoveries. We're among the academic elite in psychology, engineering, education, and the social sciences. With a spacious, award-winning green campus and 17,000 students from all over Israel and every segment of society, Baruillan University, grooming future generations of academia, leading excellence and trailblazing innovations. We invite you to explore, discover, and to lead.
Okay.
Okay.
Just introduce yourself. Okay.
Okay. Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Rachel or Rachel Dekel, and I am from Baruillan University, which, as you have heard, is located in the center of Israel. What is unique in Baruillan University? First, we are a comprehensive university, which means we have 8 faculties, and you can see we have life science, medicine, engineering, exact sciences, as well as humanities and Jewish studies, social and law faculty. As already have been said, we have a very strong Jewish studies department. Every department that we have in humanities, like history or like philosophy, we have a parallel department as Jewish history, Jewish philosophy. So everyone that is interested in something that is related to Judaism or humanities in more general, as well as science, is really invited to us. Please move. As we are interdisciplinary university, we do work as professors all together, and we have very unique project, as you will see, that combine different perspectives. We are in the middle of Israel, but the prices of everything are lower than to live in Tel Aviv. We are not that big university, which the sizes are quite medium in relation to Israel, but a very diverse campus. So if you want to learn more of the Israeli society, you can come to Baruilan. You will meet very diverse group of Israeli students as well as international students, and you will have a glimpse of the diversity in the Israeli society. Our international students are integrated as part of the campus. They can take courses with other students. It's not separate program. So this is another option, another advantage to meet and learn about the Israeli society, about Judaism, about science in general. We think that we have to be an excellent university. So as you said, as we saw earlier, we are ranking around this 300 places in the world. And here you can see some of the prizes, only some of the prizes, as you can see, in diverse areas: chemistry, computer science, Land of Israel, Faculty of Law, that some of our professors have won. We have to keep update it. We have won 22 Israeli prize, which is the highest Israeli prize that is being given by the Israeli government. In addition, we think that it's not enough just to do research in lab. We think our research at our university at Baruilan has to have impact on society. So we have some impact centers that combine researchers from different faculties, but also from the industry, from local municipalities, trying to have solutions, to suggest solutions for the community. For example, Smart City is a center. We view Baruilan as a small center, as a small city that has to have solution for energy, for travel, for garbage evacuation, for security. In this center, there are groups that try to make an innovative solution for cities with excellent researchers, students, and people from the local municipality. There are several other centers like this. That's okay. Corona, COVID-19, we cannot ignore it. So last year we were able to visit Korea and to learn about your universities. We wish that you could come here and see. Unfortunately, it's still in virtual affairs, but we're doing a lot. We have more than 80 groups in our campus that are trying to be involved in Corona studies in all areas, from technology to mental health issue, to helping some other illness that suffering from comorbidity, Corona and other. So we are really, really involved in Baruilan itself in the beginning, in the entrance to the university. There is a special screening for coronavirus that some of our researchers have built and developed. So research and Corona is not enough. We think that we have to be involved in the community and to help the community with our unique innovation services. So here are some examples of services that the community that are submitted to other people in the community without fee or in a very reduced fee, like social services, law community that I must say that got the permission to continue the service through all the coronavirus. So helping, because you can't say a person, okay, now wait with your services if you need high classes, if you want to do some program for youth or people in distress. And this is part of our student education. They learn how to intervene, how to submit services. Then we can impact the whole community around Baruilan. These are some of the programs that we have. On the left side, on my left side, it's the undergraduate degrees that are full in English, and you will learn more. On the right side, some of the programs are full in English, and Dafi will present shortly. But stay tuned, because we facilitate students to take degrees even if they are not fully yet in English, but we build special program for you in advance that you will be able to get the degree, even though there will be some courses that you will not have to take, but Israeli students, but you will have enough courses in English in order to finish the degree. So please, we will be here and give you our emails and contact for further questions. I wish you, thank you for coming, and good luck with your future studies.
Okay, thank you, Racheli, Professor Dekel, for the interesting introduction. I would like to focus tonight on few very popular degrees that we offer in English. It's all conducted in English. Two of them, basically all of them are new. So we have these degrees for a long time since we established the university. It's in Hebrew, but now we offer it in English. And I'd like to focus on mainly on three out of the variety that Racheli just showed, because there is a very big demand from South Korea to those degrees. So I think you might find it interested, and I think we really like to have many more South Korean students for those programs. But obviously, if you have any question to one of the other programs that Racheli presented before, we're happy to assist. And also, just to emphasize that all our 40 different departments and programs, okay, we have 8 faculties, but about 40 different programs that open in, most of them open in English for a doctorate and for postdoctorate. So you are most invited to and most welcome to ask us a question about it. So my name is Dafi Kremer, and I'm the Director of Marketing and Recruitment in the International School at Baruillan University. And the first program that I would like to introduce you is the program of Biblical Studies, okay? Basically, Baruillan has the largest department of Biblical Studies in the world. For example, if other universities have 1 or 2 scholars that expert in the biblical studies, our university has 15 different scholars focusing on one of the 3 topics that you see here on the screen. The first one is biblical interpretation. We deal with ancient commentators up to modern commentators. The second one is literary analysis. And the third one is the Bible and the ancient Near East. So I can say that we have more than 30 students from South Korea coming to us, even though up to now it was in Hebrew, the program was conducted in Hebrew. But since we saw that there is such a demand from foreign students and non-Hebrew speakers students to our program, we decided to commence it in English. And from now, from October 2020, okay, it's actually offered to you in English, all in English. So, and it's still open to registration. And since it's all by Zoom, It's very practical. I mean, you can still be in your place and be part of our program. And we do have students that already signed, even in the last 2 weeks. We had a webinar just 2 weeks ago on the 13th of October, and we invited one of our alumni, which is South Korean. And I will shortly will show you a short film of her, which is also translated to Korean. So there is a like subtitle in Korean for you, for easy, make it easy for you. We, even in the last 2 weeks, we already new students from all over the world joined this program. So it is the last minute, but it's still open till the 5th of November. And otherwise, you can join to the second semester or for next year. So I'm putting an emphasis on that because we do have many South Korean students, and you are most welcome to join them. Another uniqueness of our university is our staff. They are very well known for their academic excellence, and they are coming from all over the world, from university, from Harvard, from Columbia, also from Israeli leading universities. We have, for example, Professor James Kugel and Professor Michael Avioz and Professor Jonathan Grossman and Professor Joshua Berman. Each of them is an expert on his field, and they are very well known among the biblical scholars all over the world. And they also very known within the Christian community. So if you're coming to us, you will have the privilege to study with those well-known scholars. So if we are talking practically about how to apply and what's the admission requirements. One has to have a BA degree. Okay, we are not accepting. You have to have your background. If you are not coming from biblical studies, you have to take prerequisite courses. Okay, 8 credits within the biblical studies or the land of Israel and archaeology studies, which is a very close field to this discipline. It must be, your degree must be from an accredited institution. So you have to send us all the documents, all the scripts, and we check it and give you the answer. You have to have an average of 76 or 3.0 GPA. And basically you apply, and we try to do it as quick as possible, especially now that we are still allowing students to join. So you can choose one of 2 tracks. One is without thesis, okay, and it's 18 credits. And the other one is, the other track is with thesis, and then you have to find your supervisor. And here in the international school, we assist all the prospective students to find their professor that will supervise their thesis. We also putting you in contact with the head of the department, okay, or with the coordinator of the department to make all the process very smooth. And you also have to take foreign language as like ancient foreign language, as like Akkadian or Greek, and it's all offered here in the university. I want to say that in this framework, also some of the students still would like to study the Bible in the original language. So we are offering now from end of November, online Ulpan, which Ulpan is the Hebrew word for a course for beginners for Hebrew to acquire the language. the spoken language, and also to write and read, the skills of writing and reading. And this program is open for everyone all over the world. For Korea, it's the time as we offer it now, not so convenient, but if there is demand, if there will be a demand, we will open another Ulpan by Zoom for also for different time zone. At the moment, we offer it at night time from 7 to 9:30 p.m. in Israel time. So I'd like to go ahead and present you with the testimonial of Dr. Shinei Kim. I think that you might, she might be familiar to you. She's a graduate of Bar-Ilan University. She's our alumni, and she is a pastor in South Korea and a professor in the university. And I just would like to give her quickly the floor to present her experience.
Shalom, everyone. My name is Shinei, and I'm so much missing my friends in Israel. And I wish I could fly as soon as possible. Now, 쪼랑 토빔, 콜 하베림 셸리 베아레스. 여러분 안녕하세요. 한국에 계신 우리 여러분들 이렇게 만나 뵙게 되어서 반갑습니다. I'm going to share my experience in English when I was in Israel, when I was so much blessed by friends, by neighbors, especially when I studied at Baruilan University. Studying the Hebrew Bible in Israel is a very matter of course. However, I have been asked many times why I came to Israel to study the Bible. The background of this question, there was a very deep misunderstanding or prejudices. For example, for Israelis, Christians believe only the New Testament. For Christians, there was nothing left with Israel after Jesus, Yeshua, came, because Gentiles, we are now the spiritual of Israel. In fact, among many Gentiles in general, or Korean specifically, the biblical scholars or professors or theologians or ministers hold their academic degrees from USA or Europe, but not from Israel. However, when I saw the Jewish people whom the Gentile Christians have considered that God perhaps forgot or abandoned, but when I saw them, the people who just came back from the land or to the land of promise after 2,000 years of being in diaspora, I start to realize what prophet Ezekiel's revelation has fulfilled. I will bring you back to the home from the places, nations where you were scattered. Every nation on earth will see that I am holy, God said in the book of Ezekiel, chapter 20, verse 41. There have been countless Holocausts in Jewish history, not only the one in the Second World War by Nazis, but Jews survived and they came back to their homeland. And it is still happening today. More than that, these were all already written in the Bible, Tanakh, and also in the New Testament. Prophet Isaiah already saw the temple in Jerusalem will be the house of prayer to the all nations. But remember, in his time, there was no Bible translations yet, only in Hebrew. But he saw one day all nations, all the people from the world will come to pray to the God of Israel. As the prophet Micah said, one day The mountain with the Lord's temple will be highest. People of many nations will come and say, let's go up to the mountain of the Lord, God of Jacob, and worship in his temple. The Lord will teach us his law from Jerusalem, and we will obey him.
So you had the opportunity to hear from firsthand about the experience of how it is to be a student here in the Bible of the land, in the land of the Bible, the biblical studies. Okay, I don't know if we still have time for another two programs. If not, I'll skip on. Sorry?
Yeah, you have 20 minutes, including Q&A. You can make a balance about it.
Okay, fine. So I would like quickly give you some introduction by Professor Aaron Meir to our land of Israel and archaeology studies, which is very close. And also we have students from Asia coming to this program. And following by that, to that program, Professor Ilan Korengen about the brain science. And then we will have time for the Q&A, okay?
I'd like to talk about the graduate degree program that we are about to open in the Department of Land of Israel Studies and Archaeology. The program will open in the beginning of the second semester of 2021, March, the beginning of March. And this will be the first time we have a full-fledged English language MA program. But in addition to this, it's important to stress that there's also the option for PhD students to come to the department, and we already have PhD students. Now, the Department of Land of Israel Studies and Archaeology is a unique department. We have, on the one hand, internationally renowned scholars in many fields. Next, please. Dafi, next, please. But what's very unique about the department is that, what's very unique about the department is that it's an interdisciplinary department. That means that we cover aspects relating to the history and culture of the land of Israel from prehistory until modern times, historical, archaeological, geographical, zoology, etc., etc. And a student who studies in this department gets a very broad range of perspectives on the history of the land. And another aspect which is very, very important in the department is that it's a hands-on experience. That means that, excuse me, you don't only learn in the class, you learn in laboratories, you learn holding the objects, and we do many field trips and archaeological excavations as part of the requirements of the studies.
Okay, and the last one is the brain science program, which you will see now with Professor Ilan Korengen.
Actually, it's only me. I think Tammy had to leave for another appointment. I want to welcome all of you to our brain center. You can see this is the most beautiful building in campus. And we have the most beautiful interior design you can ever find in the world. We are living in a living art exhibition throughout the building. It's a great experience to live in an art form, and I invite all of you to do it at least one time in your life. I'm not sure it should be for a long time like us. Anyway, we are the multidisciplinary brain center of Baruilan University, and the emphasis is on multidisciplinary. We cover with about 45 laboratories, almost all the range of neuroscience, starting from single neurons and molecular studies, through information processes and computation, neural networks, all the way to cognition, behavior, and the human mind. Next slide. we have in the building about 30 laboratories and several laboratories in other buildings in campus. In the building, we have approximately 15 biological and physical and mathematical laboratories and approximately 15 cognitive, all under the same roof, sharing the same space, which is especially designed for brainstorming between different levels of neuroscience. So, as I said, we cover both in research and in study all the ranges, molecular, biological. I myself, I'm a biophysicist, cognitive, psychology, psychiatry, linguistics. We have a strong linguistic groups. Computational neuroscience, some members from the engineering department that you just heard are also members in the Brain Center, and also members from the physics department. As you can see here on the side, we have several, this is the more of the cognitive areas. The picture on the bottom right is the our magnetoencephalogram, which is the only magnetoencephalogram in Israel and perhaps even in the Middle East, which is used both for cognitive research and for clinical work here in the center to localize sites of epilepsy. We just got funding for another magnetoencephalogram that will be installed later this year using a slightly different technology with laser magnetometers. Now I will move from the research to the program of study. The programs we offer in English are for graduate students. We have undergraduate program, but it's in Hebrew so far. But in English, we can accommodate master students in brain sciences. We have a new master program in brain and data science, in data analysis, combined with neuroscience, all the neural networks and big data that is now, and deep learning that is now so popular, focused mainly on analyzing of neural, the huge quantity of information coming from neural instruments. And of course, we have a PhD in brain science that accepts students from many disciplinaries. I want to emphasize that we take in multidisciplinary candidates. We do not limit ourselves to biology or psychology. Admission is based on excellence. Can we just go back for a minute, Dafi? Thank you. Yeah. You're making me speak fast. I don't have time to breathe.
No, I thought that you finished this slide.
Admission is based on excellence. We have a limited number of slots. This year we accepted 27 new master students and 4 new PhD students. And all of them go through a selection committee that takes into account their CV, and how they fit into our program. And they also go through a personal interview in order to assess their level of excellence. It is, I want to emphasize that, again, we take people who finished undergraduate in physics, biology, engineering, computer science, psychology, linguistics, everything that is adjacent or can be linked to neuroscience in order to build each year a class, a multidisciplinary class of students that can really collaborate and go new places. Okay. As I said, for foreign students, we take multidisciplinary students, although we would, for foreign students for now, we would prefer people who are closer to neuroscience, some background. We do not require any preparatory courses. Our master program is 2 years, and the PhD is 5 years, in which the first year the students learn courses together, and only then they disperse into 4 years of research in the laboratories. And as I said, both master and PhD courses can be taught in English and are taught in English based on the composition of the class. And finally, based on what I just said, our admission process is a bit long, and students have to take this into account. We, since each year we build a multidisciplinary class, we start in January, and often we already have all the slots filled by May. And so students interested in studying in October of 2020, they should apply early because all our students receive scholarships, which limits the size of our class. And I think this was my last slide.
Okay.
Okay, so that's it about 3 of our programs, and I think it's time for question and answers, right, from your side.
Yeah, right. If someone wants to raise a question, please click the raising hand function, or you can write down your question on the Q&A board. Yeah, whichever you're convenient, please use it. And then I want to start. I want to ask you about like how is your actually I saw your perfect reaction or perfect like a perfect dealing skills against coronavirus, and but I want to ask you about how is your operation of the class if international students enrolled one of your program, he or she has to take a Zoom class only, or can he or she can take an offline course as well? Could you answer about this question?
Yeah. Racheli, you want to take this?
So thank you for the question. Currently, all the courses are online, not always like synchronic, so you can take them in your time, but some of them you have to be on time. In our programs in English, we are more aware of the travel, so still many students are not in Israel, and we adapt the time and the courses and the availability of the lecturers. Some of the students have arrived, so they live in the dorms or very close by. Then they can join not only courses, but some activities that we have been doing. So we are very aware of these challenges, and we are trying to give as much as multiple solutions for different students around the world. Does this answer?
Yeah, thank you for your answer. In addition to your answer, as an embassy, we are now issuing the student visa currently. Actually, it was stopped for a while, for a few months, because of the first or second outbreaks of the coronavirus. We had stopped the issuing the student visa, but currently we are issuing the student visa. If you want to issue your student visa, please visit or contact us, and then we're happy to issue your visa. Yeah. Is there anyone who wants to raise your question? Please raise your hands or hands function, or or please write down in the Q&A board. Until we get the next question, could you explain us about your scholarship program? Do you have any, actually, as far as I understand, like a PhD program, students are eligible to get this scholarship, but for other like program students, could you explain your about scholarship program?
First, we are a non-profit organization, so our education fee is lowest than other places, maybe in Israel. We are not a private, we are a public university. That's the word I was missing. So the price of studying a year is about $300, $500 American dollars per year. We do have scholarship for undergraduate in our full English university, full English program. So it's a full, we do have scholarship. In addition, we have scholarship as part of the scholarship at the university for master and for PhD. And these scholarships are based on excellency. So when you register, you start checking if you are good enough and you are accepted, you should and can start check if scholarships are available. In the STEM department, it's easier because they do have more scholarship, but we do also unique efforts to have more and more scholarship. There are now available scholarship, maybe I should have talked about it, one for, we call it Sandwich Scholarship, which is a new scholarship I will be available to send you as well, for students who do their PhD abroad already and want to come for a short period to Israel. So they can get a scholarship from Baruilan and other universities as well. There is also the Azrieli scholarship that facilitates for postdoc from all over the world to come to Israel. And there are more scholarships for postdoc. If it is okay with you, I will send you some more details and you can give them to the participants.
Of course, thank you. And also the Israeli government and embassy is providing the scholarship for the Korean students who wants to study in Israel every year. But unfortunately, last year we cannot make it, but every year we used to grant the scholarship. Every November, we are announcing we announce this scholarship notice into our social media channel or our website. Our scholarship into two levels. One scholarship is about the degree, scholarship for a degree program. This is upper level of the master degree, research, doctorate or postdoctorate. We have this kind of scholarship. And in the other side, we have a scholarship for the Ulpan course, but it is only dedicated for the summer Ulpan course in the Haifa University. Anyhow, the embassy is providing this kind of scholarship to the Korean students. Please visit our social media channel and then our website frequently, and you can have a good chance to study in Israel. Yeah. If you have any question to the Baruilan University, please raise your hands function or using the Q&A board. We only have 1 minute left. I think one more question will be the final. Or if you have any the question which you cannot raise in this session, please write an email to me or write an email to Dafi Kremer or Professor Dekel. Yeah, then we will answer you by email as well. All right. right. Yeah, I think the Korean student is too shy to raise a question. Yeah, thank you for your hard work and thank you for your perfect presentation with various programs of Baruilan University. I think it must be very helpful for the Korean students who are preparing for like studying in Israel. Thank you very much, Professor Dekil and Dafi Kremer. I hope to see you again soon.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good
I
luck.
just sent you our email address, both of us, and you can share it with the people, okay?
Okay, no problem. Let me share it to the all students here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Good luck. Keep safe.